Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like
I've been ignoring this big lump in my throat. I shouldn't be crying. Tears were for the weaker days. I'm stronger now, or so I say, but something is missing. Whatever it is, it feels like it's laughing at me through a glass of a two-sided mirror. Whatever it is, it's just laughing at me.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you guys here. I'm a data analyst working in the United Kingdom and I work hybrid. Today I decided to film my office work routine, how it's like. This is just body mist. It smells really yummy. It smells like cotton candy. Gone ahead and won a cardigan. This flory, fluffy cardigan that I got from Shein. Not gonna lie, I hope I don't get too cold. I didn't want to wear a jacket. I just wanted to wear something that'll keep me warm but wasn't too heavy. So let's start going to work because I might be a little bit late. I love commuting into the London office because I just feel like this is me time. During this time, I can do anything I want, even if it's sleeping or it's reading a book that I haven't read in a long time.
Working on the weekend like usual.
Or it's journaling, listening to a podcast, listening to music. I just love the fact that this is my time before I have to face the day. If I'm working from home, I'm not going to lie, at this time I'm going to be sleeping. But because I have to get up early to get into the London office, I spend this time doing things that actually benefits me and things that I actually like and love to do. So commuting definitely is one reason why I love going into work from the London office. One way I start my morning when I get into the office is just to make a very quick cup of coffee. I used to buy coffee from the corner shop, so one of the shops when I used to commute when I first started, but I just found out that was a waste of money, so I don't do that anymore. I just make my coffee, get on my laptop and start my meetings. We have stand-ups every morning. This is like the first meeting that you have for the day. And during this meeting, we basically just talk about what we're working on, give any updates if necessary, and listen to our teammates' updates. It's a good way to know what everyone on the team is working on and where they are in their respective tasks. And then after our stand-up meeting, I go ahead and write everything that I have to do for that day. So I write my priorities, my tasks, things that are pending and things that I have to follow up on. And I go through my list to see the things that I've written previously and which ones I haven't checked off. You could do this on Microsoft Tasks, to be fair, but I like to have things written down. That's just how I've always been. I really like to put pen to paper. At lunchtime, I went upstairs to the office canteen to get some food. I used to bring in my food from home, and that was a very good way to save money. But I get to come into the office just once a week, and I think it would be nice to try new recipes or try new dishes, or however you want to put it. So I decided to start getting food upstairs. The food is not free. We pay for the food, which is fine because it's subsidized and it's usually very nice. Today's dish was rice, Japanese chicken, and seaweed. So I tried seaweed for the first time. Very fishy, would not recommend, don't like it. So do that what you will. After lunch, my colleague and I went to this boba place to get boba tea. I think it was about £4. And this is why I don't really like buying all these teas outside, because it's so expensive and it's usually not as good as the one you would make yourself. I think they are completely overpriced and a complete ripoff. That's just my own opinion. I wouldn't be buying from this particular place again because it was just not a good experience. If you've been watching my vlogs for some time, you would have heard me say countless times that I am preparing for a Power BI examination, a certification. So after work, I stayed back in the office to do some lessons and practice on Microsoft Power BI. I find that I am extremely productive when I come in on Mondays. So I've started to come in every Monday and stay back after work to do some personal work for myself, which usually involves studying or reading, and I am hoping that it pays off in the future. Hi guys, it's 6:16 now, and I just realized that I haven't actually said anything really to you guys since I started this video, and it's really quiet now. A lot of people have gone home. There's still some people that are working and still having phone calls, but a lot of people have gone home. I stayed back to get some headway on my Power BI examination. If you've been following me, if you've been watching my channel, you would have probably heard me mention that I registered for this exam in January, February, and it's almost the end of the year. And I keep on pushing the exam. I'm pushing the exam. I'm pushing the exam. I started reading for the exam and then I stopped. I bought materials to read for the exam and I never went through it. I don't want to take this over till next year. So I have set my exam for December, and that's why I am here staying back after work to read. I just wanted to touch a little bit on what inspired me to create this video. I love watching come to work with me vlogs. I love watching day in my life vlogs. I love being introduced into people's lives, giving permission to see what you do on a daily, and I love the fact that they're all very different. So for example, this lady yesterday, she had come to work in London and she had gone back home, she had time to make dinner, she had time to sit in front of the couch and watch TV, and I thought that was very cool. But for me personally, when I get the opportunity to come into the office, I try to get the best use out of that opportunity. So that's why I decided to stay back, because if I go back home, I'm going to procrastinate studying. I'm probably going to sleep, probably going to watch a movie, probably going to just be lazy. But since I'm already in like that productive mood, that productive streak, why don't you just keep it rolling, keep the ball rolling? So that's the mindset I had, and that's why I'm doing, like, literally it's 6 now. I started by 5. In little over an hour, I've already achieved much more than I would have achieved if I had gone home. I know, like, having like a good work-life balance is important. Like this lady that I was telling you about, that I was watching her vlog, she went home, she had time for herself, she had time for her dog, she had time for her movies. And I don't know if she's married because she didn't show her husband, but I think she is, because I've watched some of her other vlogs and she had a husband. But personally, I just feel like self-care is all well and good, but I don't have a family, I don't have a husband waiting for me at home, I don't have a dog, I don't have a cat, I don't have children, I just have me. And I'm not really going to get this time back again, to not have those responsibilities where you're thinking about somebody else, so you're literally rushing back home. I think it's very important that we set our priorities straight, that would ensure that we have a stable future for ourselves and for our children. I personally feel like I started this late. I personally feel like I could have been a lot further if I had set certain goals and priorities, if I had even known what I wanted early on. So while you're watching all these vlogs and you're seeing all these people saying, oh yeah, I'm going back home and just chatting, eating chocolate, watching TV, cooking and whatnot, you should understand that everybody has different priorities they've set for themselves, responsibilities, taking their time. Everybody has different stages they are in their life. So while it's all well and good for you to see this person and be like, oh my god, she has such a good work-life balance, she's going home after work and she's enjoying herself, you should also know that if you're trying to be in a different place, or you're trying to achieve something else, and this is me speaking to myself as well, because honestly and truly I should have written this exam since, if you're trying to be in a different place, you're trying to achieve something else, you shouldn't really be looking at people who are relaxing now because they've already toiled in the past. You need to understand that there are certain sacrifices that you have to make now for your future. That's all I'm trying to say.
Working on the weekend like usual. Way off on the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist, go nuts. Nigga